Hey guys, AJ with Special Occasions DJ and Lighting, Southern California's Indian wedding experts. And today, I want to talk to you about how much entertainment and lighting costs for your Indian wedding. A couple of assumptions before we begin. This assumes a guest count of a standard Indian wedding of around 300 guests. We'll assume a major city, LA, Chicago, New York, San Francisco. Your venue will be a 4 to 5 star venue, such as a Hilton, a Hyatt, a Ritz-Carlton, Four Seasons. And you'll need entertainment for your pre-wedding needs and event needs, such as your Mehndi, Sangeet, garba, wedding, and reception. These costs are rough averages for all of these events, so feel free to adjust accordingly. Now, getting straight to it, the average cost of hiring entertainment and lighting in these major cities is between $20,000 to $50,000. Have I seen weddings with marquee acts where the bill exceeds $100,000? Absolutely. Celebrity Bollywood singers are not cheap, and they've got demands. Can I get dal? It's 4 in the morning. What is my dal? And have I seen weddings with little to no entertainment and were a lot of fun? Absolutely. But if you are having a big fat wedding and you can afford these options, let's go through some tips. So which one of your events require entertainment and lighting? Typically your Sangeet, your ceremony, and your reception. When it comes to a Sangeet, which is typically a fun-filled night of dancing, some of the things that you'll usually need from an entertainment or lighting company include a DJ, a live band, an LED wall, dance lighting, decorative lighting, and a significant amount of sound. Dance floor rentals and stage design could also play into your budget. These days, we see that Sangeet packages and reception packages typically are rather similar. So we've talked about Sangeets, which are pretty similar to receptions. The wedding ceremony, however, good news, is not so exhaustive when it comes to sound or lighting, especially when it's outdoors. For a wedding ceremony, you typically need between 2 to 4 speakers, a lavalier mic for your priest, and a wireless microphone for the bride and groom when they repeat their vows. Don't forget that if you are having a barat, you'll likely need a portable bass sound system with the DJ or a drummer wherever the barat's gonna start. If your ceremony's indoors, some of the things that we're often requested to provide include lighting. Now that we're losing the sun, we need to bring in some decorative lighting in the indoor space. Make sure that the bride and groom on the stage are lit and that the walls provide a nice ambiance with some lights. Additionally, when we're indoors, live video feed and video reinforcement tend to be a big request for our clients. They want to make sure that their guests are engaged and can get a good view of what's happening at the mandap. So now let's talk about some factors that affect the cost of your wedding entertainment and lighting, and here's some ways to save. Number 1, timings. If you have a wedding ceremony that starts at 8 a.m. and your reception ends at 2 a.m., that's typically going to be a 20 to 22 hour day for the sound and lighting crew. So what we recommend is to reduce the amount of time of a break in between that day. So have a ceremony that starts closer to 2 or 4 p.m. where you have a seamless transition from your ceremony to your cocktail hour to your reception. Not only is this a cost-saving tip for you, but this also increases the likelihood that more guests will attend your wedding ceremony and not just the reception. Number 2, try to book separate spaces in your venue for your ceremony and reception. Oftentimes, clients will have a wedding ceremony that takes place in the same ballroom as a reception. Now, what needs to happen on the production side is when a ceremony ends at 2 p.m., your vendors have a smaller gap to transition and get ready in that room to get set up for the reception. So rather than giving your vendors 4 hours to get ready for your evening reception, book a separate space inside the hotel for your reception so they have all day to set up. This will likely reduce your labor costs as it provides vendors with much more flexibility in terms of setup and strike. Number 3, rigging and power. Rigging and power, an unforeseen expense that can typically be a giant expense. A lot of venues will charge you to use additional power, and most lighting packages do require additional power. In addition to that, lighting looks best when it's rigged onto the ceiling of the venue, and some hotels charge upwards of $10,000 to $20,000 to do this. And if you don't know about it, it's hard to negotiate this after you've booked your venue. So prior to booking your venue, you have more leverage where you can convince the hotel to give you cheaper prices on rigging and power, or allow you to apply that amount to your food and beverage minimum. It's as simple as asking your hotel about rigging and power costs prior to signing a contract, and then starting those terms for negotiations. So what are some other factors that may affect the cost of your Indian wedding entertainment and lighting? Well, demand and popularity. Some vendors are more popular than others and book well in advance. Another thing is the time of the year that you're hosting the wedding. Typically, the peak season starts from March and goes all the way to October. So November, December, January, and February weddings tend to be cheaper all around from all your vendors. Most experienced South Asian Indian wedding entertainment companies typically book a year to two in advance. So if you're pretty confident about the company you want at your wedding, I recommend booking them as soon as possible. And in the event that your DJ isn't available or the company you want to work with isn't available, it never hurts to send them an email and to be put on a waiting list. Cancellations do occur, and in the unfortunate event of a cancellation, it becomes a fortunate event for you. So there you have it, guys. That was a quick breakdown of the Indian wedding DJ cost for about 300 people. I'm AJ with Special Occasions DJ and Lighting. We've got a full write-up in the link below. And don't forget to subscribe and ask us any questions related to Indian weddings, and we'll be sure to answer.